biohacking, performance, mastery, mindset, holistic health. This is a show about getting better every single day. I'm on a mission, guys, to help over 1 million people get healthy and lose weight. Why? Because when you lose weight and get healthy, you have higher self-esteem. You have more self-confidence. And that person goes out and crushes their goal and starts living the highest version of themselves, and then they have way more impact on the world. All right. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. This is probably always like my most favorite day of the week, going live. And, you know, for those of you that actually don't know, that are listening to this podcast after it already airs, I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and actually I do it on Thursday too, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I talk about various topics. One of the reasons I go live is because I want you guys, if you have questions or comments, you want to interact, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy. That's why I want to do this. I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. So Monday is always mindset and motivation Monday. Wednesday, I go over some type of metabolic health issue. I call it Weight Loss Wednesdays. And we talk, we go on mini deep dives on whatever is going on in a lot of weight loss and metabolic health, but it can be other things. I think this week I might go over vitamin D because I stirred up a lot of controversy with a post last week that kind of went viral on TikTok. I think last time I checked, I had like 45,000 views, and some people were happy, some people were excited, some people were upset. So I think I might go a little bit deeper to just kind of clarify what I meant. And I don't want to make sometimes these flippant posts without a lot more information. So I might do a little deep dive on vitamin D and how it actually affects metabolic health. So that's going to be cool. And then I do a health hack Friday where I just try to keep these little morsels, like 5-minute health hacks. And believe me, guys, you will never get to the ultimate level of your health without mastery. Hacks are not going to get you there. But I learned a lot from hacks, and I learned it's just this conversation. It starts the conversation of health. And the more you start having that conversation with me and others, you start to go down new rabbit holes and you go start your journey. And so that's what it's all about for me. And I like to share that information. A couple of things before I get started with this week's podcast, mindset, my mindset podcast. It's called The Winner's Mindset. Believe me, this one's going to blow you away. But a couple of things a couple of announcements. One is I just launched a newsletter. So if you're interested in joining, just go to my website, www.joelevancoaching.com, and a pop-up should appear, and you can sign up for the newsletter. I am not trying to spam you guys with anything. I'm just trying to reach more people. Some people like the written form. Right now, what the newsletter is encompassing is just a couple of my thoughts and then a weekly roundup, because I do so much content. So it's like, hey, here's the content that I threw out for this week. And if you want to just go back and pick the things that you like most, then you can. So that's kind of one way. It's just a nice, gentle recap. And then the other thing is I usually will throw out like my favorite tech devices or gadgets or anything that's new in training that I'm doing. Even like last week, there was a huge article talking about glyphosate and how, I did a podcast on it, but if you didn't even see that, there's some just big news headlines in the health world. And so I might talk about that, or I spoke at a cancer summit. And actually, I was just part of a metabolic health summit. So those are the kind of things I'll be updating you, but it's just going to be once a week. I definitely don't want to. I know how it is when people spam me with so many emails. It just gets annoying. I just hit the ignore button or just delete it. I don't even open them. So I want it to be just a once a week thing and not too much. And then the other thing is, for those of you that don't know, is that I do one-on-one health coaching, holistic health coaching. That's my background, is holistic health coach. And so I look at root cause issues. And so if you're looking to get healthy and strong and lose weight or get to your gut health problems in a holistic way, reach out to me and DM me. You can either email me, info@joelevancoaching.com, or just connect with me on Instagram @joelevancoaching. Cool. All right. Let's talk about the winner's mindset. Okay. We are in tough times right now. Are we not? We are in recession. Inflation is at all times highs. And there's a lot of stress going on in the world. No doubt about it, right? We're all feeling it. Relationships. We might even enter another pandemic. I don't know. That's monkeypox is a thing. I have no idea what's happening. And so there's a lot of stress. We feel it. And one of the things that I've noticed is like when I go into stress, I need to deepen my self-care. I need to do more relaxation, more meditation, more yoga, more of these things. But here's the key, guys. The way to overcome everything is to learn the mindset that where you look at everything as a win. The obstacles are the path. The path is supplied in overcoming those obstacles. You never got anywhere by the easy path. You think about muscle adaptation. Muscles don't adapt. They don't grow. They don't get bigger from you not stressing them. You need stress. You need a certain amount of stress for sure. And your character is shaped through these obstacles, especially the ones you thought you could never hurdle. This is the winner's mindset. We shy away from this. We shunt this. I talked about this on a Mindset Monday, a little bit different, but I was talking about courage. And this is kind of the same thing. And so during these times, I mean, I lost my job during the pandemic. Okay. I pivoted. Losing my job in the pandemic, what an undesirable place to be. And the only way I could continue to move forward was facing this with full of strength and having a grateful heart and thinking this is a win. This is a win. And one of the things that I started doing to start building my wins, starting building my W's, is I started getting up at 4 a.m. because I wanted to stress myself out in a new way. And I wanted to, I know a lot of I felt like I wasn't getting enough done in the day. I wasn't spending enough time with my kids. And I wanted to look at ways and how I could just mentally get an edge. And 4 a.m., anytime the clock, if anybody does this on a regular basis, or you've tried to get up early, even just 15 minutes early, when you see 4 a.m. or whatever time you're trying to get up, even if it's just a 15-minute increment, it sucks. And you look at it, you're like, oh my God, you start thinking, why would I get up? What do I have to do? How much sleep did I get? Let me calculate this. How should I probably need more rest? But getting up at 4 a.m., it gave me the pride. It gave me the momentum to go straight into my business. And when you move straight into a win as your choice is the first thing you do in the morning, you're leaving nothing by chance. And this, guys, is how you truly construct the unbreakable mind. Okay. That's why people work out right early in the morning, because then they get a second win. And that forces them to eat a certain way throughout the day, because they're not going to eat crappy. They're like, I just fueled my body. I'm going to eat in a way that nourishes and strengthens me and continues this momentum that I've built for the day. I'm not a big workout in the morning person, but I can totally see why. I like to get up early. I like to get work done. That's when I'm most creative. But if you can see why, if you get up early, you do your gratitude work, you do your mindset work, and then boom, you go straight into your workout, you just got 2 wins. Most people aren't stacking up W's the entire day, or they're like wondering, they're looking, they're searching. They're like, my day is terrible. At 4 a.m., I've already beat you in like the first couple hours, right? And so think about that. Think about how can you start building and constructing W's in your life? Is it just waking up 15 minutes earlier and doing some mindfulness practice? You're like, I really want to start a gratitude practice, or I want to work out more. Great. Get up 15 minutes early and just do 5 push-ups. And you're like, it's not going to do anything. Well, you weren't doing 5 push-ups the day before. And I know for a fact that 5 push-ups turns into 10 push-ups, turns into 15 push-ups. It's all relative. But if your mindset's already, it's not going to do anything, then you're right. It's not going to do anything. You're right. It's like that Henry Ford quote, right? Like, you are, whether you believe you can or you can't, it's all the same. Right? David's commenting on Facebook. Yeah. Always looking for that victory. Yeah. Especially if you're always looking for it. If your mind is on the prize, if your mind is on victory, you're probably going to get that, because you're just going to be moving towards that. So when you move straight from something that, you perceive as like a loss, like losing freedom, losing your money, losing your pride, to a huge win of self-mastery in any situation in the morning, like think about that. When you start to tune into that self-mastery, like, you just become unbreakable, and that continues, and that just builds on. So when you're going after a goal, the second internal dialogue that goes out or goes negative, anytime that I start to face negativity, right away I start to pivot. I start to go straight into that area that demands attention. And again, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, that's usually self-care, because that's the opposite. I throw that out the window, and I think most people do. And I just was talking to a client the other day about this, stress. My husband lost his job. I'm not doing this. What goes out the window when we're stressed? Everything. Loss of connection with our family members, our loved ones, our wives, our children, right? We go solo, we go deep, we go into ourselves looking for answers. And so that's a time when you need to critically start caring for yourself even more. more yoga, more sauna, more cold plunges, more brain tap, neurofeedback, whatever it is. You need to start doing more of that, guys, because that's what built that victory mindset in the first place. And then you just started giving up on that, but that's what was working. And so you got to even go deeper. You got to go a layer deeper on that to retune in to who you say you are. I can never exist in this losing or victim mindset really for more than a fraction of a second. As soon as I start to feel this negative, it's just I'll spiral. I know that. And so immediately when I start to feel myself tense and start to go down that reaction, I'm asking myself, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what do I need to do here? What am I missing? What am I not seeing? What's the turnaround here? Maybe I need to do some fear journaling and see what is coming up for me in my fears. And then I need to push past that and get some gratitude back in my life. I start looking for those W's again. I start looking for the wins. Now, another thing to look at is when you get these negative feelings, it's just a notification. It's just a message. It's just telling you, hey, you made a mistake. You have a weakness. I had a huge weakness, a huge hole in my business just a week ago. And not a week ago, sorry, a month ago. Had a terrible month. And if I had just continued on that path, I would have thought like my business is great. I would have changed nothing. And it made me realize, oh my God, what am I, instead of asking, this is a stupid business, I should never do this, I just go back and get a 9 to 5, I asked myself, what is missing? Oh, where's my weaknesses? Let me expose that. Let me go down to the spot where I thought I was doing really well and I wasn't. And so you need to go down that route to actually expand, to get better, to expose your weaknesses. Who does that? Nobody exposes their weaknesses. They just focus on their strengths because that's what makes them feel good. It's a feel good. So stop doing that. Focus on your weaknesses. When you grow, you get stronger. What happens when you push past? You gain more experience. You gain more wisdom. You impact more people. When you got to magnify those weaknesses, you got to extinguish them. And then just watch how much clearer your conscience gets. Another thing, it's not about you. It's about others too. It's about your family. It's about your wife. It's about your kids. It's about your husband. It's about your brother. It's about your sister. How are you impacting these folks? It's about your tribe. It's about my community right out here. The people that I love, the people I just spent 2 days camping with. These are the people, my tribe, my people. I'm not just about it in for me. How am I helping? How am I helping? Think about this. If anybody that has kids, how are you helping them by passing on your own pain? How are you helping them by not addressing your pain? Who will they be because you didn't address that? That's pretty crazy, right? And so the thing about it is these are all just universal laws that I'm talking about. And the universal laws is what govern us. You guys can do your own exploration. I'm going to keep talking about them. So you can just tune into this podcast and hit that subscribe button. The Hacked Life podcast for those, a lot of you just watching me live. So you don't even know this is my podcast, The Hacked Life. So you can just subscribe to that. You'll be getting a morning mindset every Monday. We'll be talking about it. But many people think about this. They know the answer. They know they want to lose weight. They know they want to give up alcohol. They know they want to get off drugs. They know they need to work out more. They know they want to make their families proud, but they choose to opt out. They choose not to go down and look at their weaknesses, and they're only focusing on their strengths and not their obstacles. And so they live out of incongruence. They are not living a congruent life aligned with their higher self and their higher purpose. And so I'm asking you this week, guys, to go after something. Be obsessed. Be hungry. Whether it's your mind, your body, your soul, like turn up that intensity. Turn up the intensity in your, do an intense workout. Do an intense diet. Feel hungry. Feel starving for a little bit. It's okay. Think about that. When you're hungry physically or mentally, that's when you fight. That's when you get after it. So the obstacle is the way, guys. The obstacle is the way. Happy Monday. I hope this lit a fire up your butt. Go out and get some. I'm out. By the way, last but not least, before I am out, go again, like I said, subscribe to the newsletter. Lots of exciting things at www.joelevancoaching.com. Subscribe to the podcast if you're not already, the Hacked Life podcast. I've got an amazing couple of interviews coming up this week on testosterone replacement therapy, the ins and outs, the myths, and I'm going to drop another exciting podcast about water, life water versus dead water. And it's going to, I think, blow some minds. I think a lot of you, it's a little high level stuff, but like how water has a memory and how there is life and DNA to water. And we don't think about that. So this is going to be a really good one. Excited to drop some really cool stuff this week. Have an amazing week. And I hope this impacted you guys. Go after it. Get hungry. Love you guys.